Hey, this is Mike here again from Helium Street, and we want to go through kind of a quick recap of the video that we made for how much you can make mining helium. This is going to be a little bit quicker. We've already been through kind of the technical details of the different websites that you use, how to get in and look at the network map and so on. So today we're just going to go ahead and knock out about, 6 or 8 different helium hotspots worldwide. Just real quick, but the first thing we need to do is we need to kind of understand one of the main factors of the calculation is what do we put in for the price of the helium token. And so what you have here is we have our Binance.us site looking at what the trend has been over the last few months. We've seen significant increases, but we want to make sure that we're relatively conservative when we do estimations like this. So when I look at this from a very novice standpoint, I see that we were running in the $1.50 to $2 range for a long period. And then somewhere in, in the early parts of February, we started to see significant uptick. And most recently, we've seen some of the highest 1 year numbers that we've seen yet. So coming in at 7.94 was the highest that has gotten up to this point, I believe, somewhere in that range, almost $8 per token. But that came back down a little bit. But let's take a look at kind of where we were and maybe use what we would consider to be our new normal as the number. And I consider our new number to be somewhere in the range of $4. So we're going to go ahead and use $4 for our calculation when we go through these different calculations for the various hotspots. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so our first stop is going to be Wayne, Michigan. This unit's trading, well, let's take a look at the unit first. You can see that it's connecting very well to a number of different units, at least visually. Let's go ahead and see what the numbers are telling us. So yeah, it's doing pretty good. It's had some ups and downs over the last 30 days, but I'm going to go ahead and pull 148 total HNT accumulated over a 30-day period. So we're going to go ahead and break that down to it. So that comes in at 4.6 spreadsheet, which you can access from heliumstreet.com for free. So go ahead and visit there and download this. And you'll see all the other links that we have to for all the products, like the helium hotspot and the 8 dBi antenna, the Amazon roof mount bracket, I should say roof and wall mount bracket, also some of the hardware. There's some bolts that you're going to need, which are all relatively cheap. So the investment's pretty low. And we're going to go through that in another video, like what the investment is for like a really decent antenna setup. So check out the other video that we have for that. And you can click on the card above for that. So looking at this unit, if you were to purchase one helium hotspot, your total investment's $435. We have this spreadsheet set up so that it's automatically calculating the value of the HNT at $4. We'll leave that be for this video. It automatically takes that 130-day HNT accumulation and breaks it down by the day. And so it looks like where profit for the year is coming in at $6,697 for one unit. Now we've talked before about don't buy any less than 3 because you get the best helium rewards when you have 3 units in your network. Now, I'm not saying 3 units sitting in your house. I'm talking about 3 units that are no closer than 300 meters apart. So your house is at your neighbor that's 2 miles down the road, and it's another unit that's at your Aunt Sally's house across town that's about 3 miles away. That's a network. It's not one unit in this room of the house, one unit in that room of the house, and another one in the front room. No, I can't do that because they have to be 300 meters apart at least. And with a stock antenna, you'll get about 2 miles. If you go with the 8 dBi upgrade or somewhere 5, 8, I've seen some people use 12 dBi, but I've kind of focused in on the 8 dBi because I think that it satisfies most of the FCC guidelines. Don't take my word for it. Investigate it on your own. But I think you'll have good luck with that, and you'll reach with 8 dBi and good line of sight. You're going to reach, you'll reach 10 miles. Possibly, or more. Don't quote me on that either, but every area is different. So with 3 units, you're gonna have good luck with 3 units. So that's why in this calculation, I'm gonna assume everybody's buying 3 units because buying 1 unit doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me unless you're in the middle of downtown metropolis, right? You're in the middle of Chicago, you're in the middle of Boston, you're in the middle of New York City, San Francisco, or something like that. But most of us aren't, right? We're in the rural areas, the outskirts of big cities, and to be honest with you, I think those are the areas that are prime right now. So looking at 3 unit purchase, you're looking at a $20,093 profit per year with a $1,300 investment. If you were to go relatively big time, not huge, but a decent investment of $4,300 with 10 units, you're looking at almost a $67,000 profit in 1 year. All right, let's go on to the next unit. All right, so this one's going to be in Portugal. Decided to pick one out of the area, and this unit's bringing in at 422 HNT in a 30-day period, so 422 2022. And you can see now with a 3-unit investment, $61,000 profit, $205,000 profit with 10 units in 1 year. The next hotspot is 574. This happens to be in Golden, Colorado. This one's kicking butt. They probably have that 8 dBi antenna, and they got some elevation. So nice job. Faithful cinnamon chimpanzee. So 574. So for this unit, he's going to bring in, over a 1 year period with 3 units, he'll bring in $83,000. And with 10 units, he's going to be bringing in $279,000 profit. All right, the next hotspot is the Netherlands, Amsterdam. Okay, so this one's reaching out and touching a few also. Not a ton, but it's doing well. This one's bringing in 613 HNT in a 30-day period. 613. It's okay. This unit, if he were to buy 3 in that area, he would be likely bringing in, at the current trading value, $4 per HNT at $89,443 in a 1 year period. 10 units, he's bringing in almost $300,000. Nice work, Amsterdam. This is going to be Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. So this unit's reaching out and touching a number of different units as well, similar to the last one. And it's bringing in 396 HNTs in 3 year, 30-day period. All right, so this unit's going to bring in $57,761 in a 1 year period with if he were to have purchased 3 units. And so with his $1,305 investment, his payback would be 8 days. If he were to buy 10 units in that same area, you're looking at almost $200,000 profit in 1 year with, again, a payback of 8 days. It's going to be put in Portland, Oregon. So another one that's probably got a pretty decent antenna on it. And, I'm suggesting that you get the antenna. I feel like for an extra $60 or $70 investment to have a 2 or 3x change in the number of HNTs that you're able to mine over in any given time makes sense, doesn't it? Your payback for that 8 dBi antenna, and again, that link's in the description section of this video. You can check that out to get that quickly and set up. Check it out. So in 30 days, this unit's coming in at 1,302 HNTs in 30 days. 1,302. In this period, he's doing well. If he had purchased or is purchasing 3 units, he's going to be coming in at somewhere in the range of $190,000 profit, payback of 3 days. Oof. Okay, so if he were to have bought 10 units in that area, he'd be bringing in $633,000 profit in 1 year. So next unit that we're going to look at is this one in Canton, Michigan. This one in Canton's bringing in 985 HNTs in a 30-day period. 985. $143,000 profit if he were to buy 3 units in that same area. And with 10 units in that area, he'd be bringing in $479,000. Now, just to put this in perspective a little bit, let's say, for example, the same unit. There's going to be a halving of the HNT system network, I guess you'd say. The halving will occur in August of 2021. So if you're viewing that before August, this video before August, then you have the benefit of not have had that halving happen yet. But after August, you're going to see a reduction. And just say, for example, it does completely cut all the HNT accumulations in half. Okay, so be it. You'll take that $4 and turn it into a 2. All right, you're still, with 10 units, profiting $239,000 a year. If the price of the HNT goes up to $10, then who cares about halvings, right? All right, so we'll go ahead and put that back at 4. Be San Juan, Puerto Rico. Yeah, we decided to go take a trip. So we went to San Juan, and let's see what this guy's doing. Coming in, yeah, okay, so this is probably a unit that's not fully optimized, but you know what? In a 1 year period, he's accumulated 4,349. So he's had months of 749. He's had months of 742. One of his more conservative months was actually coming at 203. So not bad. Something's happened recently. Probably something changed with the location of the hotspot within, on the structure, the area. Something changed a little bit, which is causing his latest data to be kind of goofy. But let's just take the 110, right? If he stayed at 110 from this point forward, where would he end up? So he would be mining then at 3.76 HNTs per day with $4 value. Profit is still with 3 units is $16,000. And his 10-unit profit would be $53,000. The payback of all of his hardware is 30 days. Not too bad for a unit that's kind of taken a reduction. Okay, so this one's in Berkeley, California. And this one is a really kind of an interesting one, and I wanted to highlight it. This one's reaching out and touching a lot of different units, but it's reaching out over the bay. And so I really think that that's a neat concept, because you're on the edge of the body of water, and you're looking out over a very highly populated area that, you can look at and find out whether or not there's a lot of hotspots over there. If you can get some elevation and you're looking down into that area, holy smokes, I think you can really get a lot of activity with your miner or your series of miners along that area, right? They're all looking down into San Francisco in this case, which you could just be killing it. And so let's go ahead and take a look at this, what this unit's doing. So yeah, okay, so this one's a new unit. It's only been going for about a week, right? Yeah, so it's only been going for a week. And the first day of its existence, it came in at 7.52 HNTs, but every day thereafter, it did very well. And so if you look at what it's doing on a daily basis, or in a 24-hour period at least, it's coming in at 24. So if you look at 24 over a 30-day period, you're looking at 720 HNTs. So let's use that 720 number, I think. I think that makes sense with this unit because you can tell it's got a lot of great activity. So 720. Your 3-unit profit, if you were to put 3 along that water's edge, you'd be $105,000 profit in 1 year with 3 units. And that's on a $1,300 investment. For a 10-unit investment, you're looking at just $350,000. Right? With a $4,300 investment. Yeah, your payback's 5 days. So pretty sweet. I would do that. I'm going to start looking for installations along the water like that. That's a good idea. Okay. The next unit that we're looking at here is in the UK. All right. So this is a good one. This one has some decent activity. Let's go ahead and take a look at how much we're doing. 410 HNTs in a 30-day period. So we'll go and look at our calculator at 410 at 13.67 HNTs per day. Basically, our 3-unit investment is 1,305, and our profit for 1 year with a network of 3 units would be 59,000. And our 10-unit profit would be 199,000. Nice work in the UK. Good job. All right, so our next unit is going to be in Maplewood, Missouri. Okay, so this unit's not doesn't have a ton of activity. It may be because of the unit itself. I haven't looked in the area to see whether or not there's a lot of other units in the area, 2 to 5 mile, 10 mile range, in that area. But just say, for example, it's an area that doesn't have a lot of units in it yet, or in the surrounding areas. You can assume that maybe that's the case for this area of Maplewood, Missouri. But regardless, let's take a look at what they're doing. Okay, so in a 30-day period, there isn't a 30-day period. They've only been at it for 3 days, but they've been doing very well for those 3 days, coming in at 20 HNTs per day here. And so if you extrapolate that out over a 30-day period, you're looking at 600 HNTs, so we'll go ahead and use 600 as the number in this case. All right, so our daily average is 20, and so your 3-unit profit is 87,000, and your 10-unit profit is 291,000 for Maplewood, Missouri. Okay, get hot, Maplewood, and we'll talk to you later. Have a great day.